We just got some of the biggest news ever in the precious metals community because two people from JP Morgan have officially been sentenced for manipulating precious metal prices from 2008 till 2016, costing investors over $10 million. And to put it simply, they did this by actually shorting the metal. What they would do is buy contracts for large amounts of precious metals in order to inflate the price artificially, then cancel those orders and actually profit from the price of silver and gold, along with other precious metals going down. Now, I know I'm definitely not explaining that super well, and I'm going to link an article that does a much better job, but the important thing to understand is that for them, these two men had extremely prominent positions within the silver and gold world, and they were able to use it as a vessel for them to make money, the same way that people manipulate stocks and other markets. And all of us buying precious metals during that time, we were the ones losing out, of course. And I really want to look at this particular spike in silver that was actually during the time when they were manipulating prices, because I just have to wonder if this had anything to do with their actions or if the immediate dip after did. It really makes me just question a lot of silver and gold's history in general, even more so than I already did. But with that in mind, what is the future of silver and gold price now? Are they about to explode now that this manipulation's been lifted? Well, I really think there's actually two sides to it, and I first want to focus on what could potentially be negative here. The fact that silver and gold are now in the headlines for being manipulated for 8 years, that's not exactly a good way of learning about them as an investment, considering the fact that a lot of us in the community try to tell people not to expect to get rich from it in the first place. The fact that it's meant to protect your wealth and then can actually apparently be manipulated by just two guys working for one company, that kind of lowers a lot of faith in the investment itself. It kind of takes away from its value of being a way to protect your wealth. There's definitely going to be some new attention on precious metals, but it might not be the best attention. Now, the actual manipulation itself stopping, we're going to have to wait and see the full effects of it because we're not exactly sure what in total was the effect of their manipulation during the time in which they committed it. Because, yeah, it's easy to say, well, prices were artificially raised and then lowered, but we don't know to what degree it actually affected the metal. So what I'm trying to say is that, for example, if silver should really be $50 an ounce right now and that price is about to be unlocked, then that could very well happen. But the question would then become, how quickly is it going to happen? And also, is that going to lead to it continuing to snowball as more and more people get interested seeing that price hike? See, there's a lot of speculation and none of it is just really grounded in fact. So I think what's important to say is that we don't know what's going to happen, but I think it is very fair to say that when I predicted silver prices were probably going to be lower at the end of the year than they are now, that I was wrong because I was very ignorant to how close this case was to actually concluding. So I'm really happy to be wrong about that. I'm definitely happy to see the community vindicated. Like I said, this has been something that I've heard about for 9 years now, so definitely since 2014 when I first got into silver investing. So even if the case didn't have the outcome everyone wanted, I'm just happy to see something happen at all because that's more than I can say for a lot of cryptocurrency scams out there. I know that for the FBI, this was more of a chance to pat themselves on the back, unfortunately. That's just kind of what we have to accept whenever something is done right in the government. With that all being said, though, I just don't really see any world where the price of silver and gold is not going to go up from here. I think that interest is going to be renewed a little bit from this. I also think that the community itself is going to be more passionate about stacking than ever before. And I'm sure that there is more market manipulation beyond JP Morgan themselves, but they were always the major name mentioned in it. So this could have a real effect on loosening up the markets a little bit and allowing them to flow more freely. And if that were to happen, I do think the prices will go up. I think that we're going to see in the very near future silver and gold going up a pretty little bit. I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy. I definitely don't think we're going to be seeing $50 silver or especially $100 silver anywhere near in the future personally. That's just my belief, but I like to call out things like that because usually I end up being wrong and then maybe it'll actually happen for us. So with that all being said, I really appreciate you watching till the end. Peace.